my haste, I deleted about 200, over 200 videos. I just wanted to say this one point about the Jew and mental illness. I just want to have it on for posterity's sake. Since Dr. Freud began psychoanalyzing people, from there was born psychiatry, which is a belief that you can permanently affect neurotransmitters, and you can by introducing to the body certain chemicals that regulate serotonin, dopamine, different types of neurotransmitters to affect permanently a change in the brain chemistry of a person. I just want to speak from a Jewish perspective. First of all, you should know the end of Dr. Freud was, of course, he asked someone to kill him. He committed suicide on Yom Kippur to show God how angry, how whatever. I don't know what his point was. He didn't believe in God, he claimed, but anyway, this was his end. For the Jew, when a Jew experiences things like depression or erratic mood, erratic energy levels, what can't be discounted is the fact that the Jew has a soul. And the soul of the Jew at different times, because God is so gracious, has the ability to affect the entire being of the Jew, the entire entity that is the person. And this comes out in many different manifestations. And if you just go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist who look at you as a regular client and discount the fact that you are a Jew, they're missing, in my opinion, the entirety of the picture, which is the fact that sometimes your soul is so sick of your mundane behavior, of your lack of energy and enthusiasm towards God and towards spirituality, that it comes out and it either makes you depressed, it makes you erratic, it gives you too much energy, too little energy, it makes you say strange things. This cannot be discounted, and this is something which psychiatry will never ever be able to address, simply because you cannot address a spiritual reality with a physical entity, like a constant changing in brain chemistry. What does happen, unfortunately, is psychiatrists are able to give things like Prozac, and then with Prozac, a person starts giving credit to feeling good to the pill, as opposed to giving it to God. Any good doctor knows healing comes from God. It doesn't come from the doctor. The doctor is simply a vessel by which God operates to make the person feel better again. When it comes to the mindset of a person, this comes from following what the Torah says, from living with the Torah, from applying yourself as a Jew, as an individual, to be productive, to be fruitful, to be positively engaged for as long as possible, taking as little breaks as possible, so that you're able to spread your positivity to other people and it lasts beyond your lifetime. This is the ultimate concern of the soul, and it comes out in many different ways. And if you're thinking that you can just basically take pills and be happy forever, and this is like the point of life, I think you're grossly underestimating the beauty that is life and the beauty that is your soul as a Jew. The soul of a Jew is a powerful entity. It's an eternal entity. It's one of the few things that are actually eternal in this world. It does not have, it did have a beginning point after, God is the only thing without a beginning point, but the souls were created many years before the world, and even before the Torah. It says, the evidence is, it says, speak to the children of Israel and say to them in the Torah, because it says that when Rabbi concludes that the souls of the Jews preceded even the Torah, which was, I think, 2,000 years or generations before the physical world. But anyway, the point is basically, if you're a Jew and you've been led to the path of psychology, psychiatry, and all these things, please consider you have a soul, and the soul has an infinite potential. Because of that, it sometimes gets confused and thinks that you yourself have an infinite potential. And when it sees you wasting your life away and doing nothing with your life, not being positive, not learning more, not connecting more, not praying with the real energy, not dancing, not living, not experimenting, not being all you can be, not taking as much as you can from this physical world, the soul becomes despondent, the soul becomes depressed, the soul becomes angry, and all these emotions which are healthy for a soul to have, if the soul's not being utilized fully. There's nothing more precious on this earth than a Jewish soul. There's nothing. Not a diamond, not a silver, not a gold, nothing. And for you to take that Jewish soul and to do nothing with it, and then to come to a doctor and say, help me, I'm doing nothing, please make me feel better about it, and to take a pill and think this pill should make you feel better. There was one king in Israel. There were 6 things that he did. 3 of the rabbis agreed with him, 3 of the rabbis did not agree. One, there's a special book of healing, of certain roots that provided certain remedies to certain maladies. So he hid it. He hid it from the people, because the people were starting to thank the roots, and they were so happy. I get this malady, I take this root. I get this, I take this herb. Take this. They were so used to the system, they forgot that who wrote this book? A man who was obviously divinely inspired, and he'd collected all these remedies from previous generations, and they took God out of the picture. They were, instead of saying God is healing us, the herbs, these medicines were healing us. The point is that God heals. God causes sick, and God heals. and God heals all flesh and He acts wondrously. And this is a blessing we say when we leave the bathroom every single time. That it's God who's healing, His hands is in the healing, and God helps those who helps themselves. If you're feeling like you shouldn't be feeling, then I encourage you to be more positively focused and just do more with your life and do more with your time. And it seems contradictory to your experience if you're feeling depressed, something like that, but it's the only appropriate solution. Nothing else will get you out of it on a permanent basis. And also, just slightly on the things with auditory hallucinations, just know that the Rebbe said that prophecy is back in the Jewish people. He said it in the Sikha, you can look it up, Shaftim, Parsha Shaftim of Nun Aleph, of 5751, you can look it up online. And I think he was saying a general thing, that when Mashiach comes, first of all it says the children will be prophets, and also, but in general, prophecy will come back to the Jewish people. So don't discount every single auditory hallucination as coming from an evil, wicked, horrible place, and I should try to mute it out with Abilify. Some things are God simply trying to talk to His creations, and if you can channel them properly, if you can make the most of them, then you're going to help our people, and you're going to help us get to where we have to be. We need every tool we can to advance. We're 14 million strong, and some people, the nations of the world, want us annihilated. We need all that we can get, but the help doesn't come through medicine. It helps through you being as productive as you can for as long as possible. I look forward to any comments via messaging or video response. Thank you so much, and God bless.